All right, guys, welcome back. So, one of my favorite channels that I like to watch, this is usually when I'm, either at work or doing things around the house. I like to put on my headphones and listen to this channel because I feel like Jon Steel is really good at debating, right? So, I really do like it when he gets on either with Muslims or with people that obviously counterpoint his arguments. In this one here, he's basically coming across a liberal who apparently gets angry. I listened to it a while ago before I had this channel, and I came across it again, and I'm like, you know what? Let me actually do a reaction video to this because it's been so long since I watched this video. But let's go ahead and react to it. All right, let's get it.
Hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. I'm 25.
All right, what's up?
Well, first of all, I don't want to convince you to leave Christianity because I think anyone's relationship with God or not in believing God is a personal thing, right? But I do take issue with organized Christianity. So first, I want to determine when you say Christianity, are you talking the individual relationship with God or participation in the organized religion?
Both.
Okay. Well, my biggest gripe with Christianity in terms of the organized religion is that when you look at the relationship that Jesus had with the Pharisees, I find it very similar to the way that a lot of organized religion acts right now, in the sense that a lot of organized religion prioritizes a hyperfixation on certain ascribed laws over living in the type of way that Jesus himself preached.
Yeah, his Jesus's issues with the Pharisees was the hypocritical behavior of not subscribing to the law.
That's actually not true.
It is true.
The Pharisees spoke out against Jesus for not following Mosaic law.
Yeah, so it is true. So, for example, he said the Pharisee does X, Y, and Z of the law, but then they go do this, this, and this behind the law. This makes them hypocrites. So his contention with the Pharisees was the hypocritical nature. Now, if this wasn't the case, then why did Jesus say to the rich man that if you love me, you would keep my commandments?
No, but that's my exact point. Is what the Pharisees would do would be they would weaponize certain aspects of the law while simultaneously not following the core beliefs and principles that guide the
Yeah,
Christian belief.
they didn't follow the law. That was the issue. Is they were hypocrites, which means they told people on one hand to do something, and then on the other hand they would do something else. This is what made them hypocritical. Woe are you Pharisees, you hypocrites! Right? This is what he says. He also says the Pharisees had the seed of Moses and to respect their seed of Moses.
But I think what you're doing right now is you are ignoring the fact that in their hypocrisy, a big aspect of that was pretending to be principled in the law and ascribing certain aspects of the law in an unjust or unbalanced way in order to, for example, demonize Jesus, saying, oh, you broke the Mosaic law, therefore you cannot be the true Son of God. And so I see a lot of that in organized religion where they take specific verses out of context. They take
Like what?
specific,
What's an example of a specific verse that organized religion takes out of context?
like, for example, I think that a balanced reading of the Bible would see people criticizing the rich more than it sees people criticizing.
That's not answering my question. I asked you which
Yes, it
specific
is.
verse.
Yes,
No,
it is.
no. The question I asked you was which verse do they take out of context, weaponize?
I'm bad at listing specific verses, but specific.
So this is a common thing that people do with the Bible is, hey, listen, they take a verse out of context, or this verse doesn't make any sense, or the Bible talks about a certain thing. But whenever you ask them for proof, okay, show me the verse. Which one? Oh, there's just too many. Okay, I just need one. They can't even find one. So there's so many verses out there that are taken out of context that she can't even name one.
Specifically things like the verse where they say Malachi shall not lie with arsenic
Oh wait, I stand corrected. She named one. Let's see. Let's see.
or however the words are pronounced.
Arsenokoite.
Arsenicoite. And
Yeah.
so you have a verse that's about a very specific relationship imbalance that, Christianity doesn't stand for.
Yeah, that's not true. Arsenokoite is a word that Paul invented. Means man bed, literally, if you're to translate it. And it's associated with the word, trying to remember it now. anyways, the word means soft. If we look throughout scripture, we can see that this is consistent with the teaching. We can see that it says God made the man and woman, right? This is in the first verse. It says that if you go back to Levitical law, that if Malachi, thank you so much, Abraham. If we go back to the Levitical law, it says that if man lies with another man, both shall be punished. But if we look at the
Okay,
hold
I have to interrupt
on,
you there,
let me
but there,
finish because there's a point I need to make here. But if we look at the surrounding Near East laws, it says only the receiver is punished because the Malakoi, the soft one, was doing the sin according to the culture. So it seems to be, if we look at the context and the culture, that Paul is talking about homosexual relations.
he was talking about a specific homosexual power dynamic.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Okay, prove it.
That has been significantly proven. But I
It
was
hasn't been significantly proven. It's
what
debated
you've
among
been doing
scholarship.
is you cut people off when they're trying to make their point, and then
But you're just stating things like it's a fact without actually bringing evidence to the table. So the thing that you're
haven't brought
talking about,
evidence
the
to
word,
table either.
I am.
Well, with that being said, I mean, he did kind of corrected her on her own verse that she decided to bring up. So, to his point, he did, bring something to the table.
I'm referencing the cult. I'm referencing the culture. I'm giving you the context. I even gave
No.
you the word that you didn't know.
The culture was within Greek culture because it was specifically a critique on Greek culture. Within Greek culture, there was a particular older male, younger male dynamic in which the younger male was subservient. In Greek culture, sexual subservience was a very significant thing where basically sexual subservience of a young male with an older male was you were basically relinquishing your honor.
So then what do you do about the verses where Paul says a woman lies with a woman and this is an abomination?
I wasn't trying to debate homosexuality. What I'm trying to say
but the thing is,
there's
you said that these verses are taken out of context and used as
no.
weapon.
What I was trying to
on.
say is
I'm going to mute you so I can finish. You said that these verses are taken out of context and used as weaponization when it's actually not the case. Now, the subject that you brought up for an example is highly debated among scholarship. There is no consensus view on this. Some scholars say that this is the older male, younger male thing. Some scholars say that this is strictly for homosexual marriage. Now, I brought an argument to say that why it's strictly for homosexual marriage. You haven't brought an argument on why it's specifically towards this older male or younger male situation. The other part of the argument I brought was, well, if this is specifically talking about a power dynamic, then why does Paul condemn lesbian relationships? That doesn't make any sense because there's no power dynamic in Roman culture with female on female.
okay. So my original argument, which you cut me off on, so I was never able to say it, was that there is significantly more scripture and more clear and undebatable scripture that states that the rich and the powerful who do not use their wealth to help the people who are in need will not make it through the gates of heaven. There is significantly
There's one
more.
verse.
Virtually, there is not just one verse. There's one verse that says that I think you're thinking I'm specifically referencing the verse that says that the man who's rich has less of a chance of getting to heaven than a camel getting through the eye of a needle. But there is verses throughout scripture. It is mandated that
You said it was the majority of verses.
No, it is.
I can give you 2 or 3 verses, but
my
the thing is,
God.
I don't even contest that.
But
You're not making an argument. You're just yelling out things like they're facts, and it's not even true.
No, what you're doing is you're not letting me get a sentence in. What I'm saying is one of the core concepts, one of the leitmotifs of the Bible is that people with power need to help those who don't have it. That is one of the teachings of Jesus.
But even if that was the case, which I agree with her to some degree that people that have the means and the ability to help others should, but that doesn't mean that you completely go broke either. So it doesn't mean that you can't have wealth. It doesn't mean that you can't be financially good while helping others. People tend to get things confused when it comes to, money is the root of all evil. It's not though. Is the love for money is the root of all evil. If you're extremely greedy, that's the problem. Having money is not the problem. The problem is the love for money. Idolizing money. That is the issue. Someone could have all the money in the world and that's not a problem. As long as he's doing good with it and honestly doesn't even care for it. Because the less you care for money, the more you obviously receive, which is crazy to think about. But the love for money, that's really the problem. It's not so much money itself. Money is a tool like anything else that it'll help you help others. So it'll help you help your family, help yourself. And again, I don't think it's an issue as long as you use it for good. The love of money, that's a different story.
No, that's not true. The
Yes.
the core concept is that people need to help people, power or not.
Yes,
Correct.
and that is done through
And I do agree with that. Someone who has nothing and yet finds a way to help others, you can't beat that. You can't beat that because that's 100% genuine.
power. So somebody who has power is disproportionately able to help people. And so what I'm saying is when we do okay, somebody told me I need to calm down. The only reason why I'm like having to talk like this is because he would not let me finish a sentence until now.
She's out
But
of
the
breath.
fact of the matter is, we have significantly more Bible verse and significantly more stuff within the teachings of God that say that than we have coming against gay people, coming against trans people. There's nothing in the Bible that's anti-abortion. And so
No,
I think
there are more
politicization,
verses. There are more verses that
the
are
Bible
against.
explicitly states that birth
So are
or
you
that
here to
life
preach
does
or
not
you have to
begin
have a
in childbirth.
conversation?
What?
Are you here to preach or you have a conversation? Because if you want to preach, you can start your own live.
That is so ironic coming from you when you would not let me get a single sentence out until just now.
Who said more words in the last 5 minutes?
No, that is just not true.
Who said more words in the last 5 minutes, me or you?
In terms of time taken up, I've had to speak fast because you wouldn't let me get a sentence through for the first few minutes.
Because all you're doing is preaching.
Literally, my entire argument was just I think that there is a politicization of the Christian movement that is not valuable to the teachings of Jesus.
Okay, prove it.
What do you mean prove it? What in the Bible is there about abortion? And yet
I mean, the thing is, you really can't just make an argument and not have anything to back it up. If you're gonna make an argument, you have to be able to say something to back up that argument.
that is one of the most politically contentious
Do you,
topics.
do you
within
think
Christian-
do you think the Bible tells you not to kill innocent human persons?
the Bible explicitly states that life begins at birth, and I don't
That's
remember.
that's if you can give me a
Yes,
verse,
that is
if
true.
you can give me a verse. So hold on. You didn't answer my question and then you just trailed off to a lie. So first of all, my question was, does the Bible say we shouldn't kill innocent human people?
Does the Bible at any point say that a fetus is a
Are
person?
you answering the question or are you
Yes,
not?
the Bible does not say that we should kill innocent people.
Great.
Now, does the Bible
Phenomenal.
say that a
Phenomenal.
fetus is a person?
Phenomenal. Now, according to Christianity, what is the definition of a person?
Well, considering that here, let's do, since you want to do yes or no questions. Yes or no.
I'm not
is
asking
there-
for a yes or no question. I
Well,
am
no,
asking you to
just
answer the
asked me
question.
for a yes or no
No, I
question.
didn't. Show me if you. I'll give you $1,000 if you can
literally
clip.
did.
Hold on. I'll give you $7,000 if you can clip me telling you to say yes or no.
Okay, okay, then answer this question then.
If you answer mine, what is the definition?
I just answered your question.
What is
I
the
literally said
definition of
yes.
Christianity of a person?
Oh my God. What is the definition of Christianity of a person?
Sorry, what is
Having
the
a-
definition in Christianity of a person?
What do you mean? What is the definition of a person? Like, it is a human life. Like,
That's not the definition of person in Christianity.
okay, well, can you answer my question? Because
Once you
are-
answer my question, I will.
I already answered one of your questions, and then I tried to
Hi,
ask you a
baby. I
question.
have an angry liberal, so quick.
Okay, so here's my question for you. Is there not a story in the Bible that prescribes how to have an abortion for a woman?
No, there's
who
not. You're
had
talking
a
about
very
Numbers
difficult
5,
abortion?
and it's talking about a fertility curse.
A fertility curse, aka an abortive procedure.
No, it's not. So
The
this is
goal
the
of procedure-
scholarly consensus on Numbers 5 is it's a fertility curse because inside of Numbers 5, there's no mention of a fetus or a baby. It says that her thigh will swell and waste away. There's only a few
Her thigh will
translations that
swell and
translate it to
and waste
miscarriage.
away. What do you think that means?
It's a fertility curse. That's the scholarly consensus.
And what do you think a fertility
Even-
curse is?
even
in a
liberal
case of
scholars-
a woman who is pregnant. with someone she had an
I know
affair
you
with.
weren't hugged as a child and your daddy left you, but
Oh my God! This is how you
Even
know that
liberal-
you're losing this
even
debate
liberal
is when you start to do
scholars-
stuff like this.
even
Oh my
liberal
God.
scholars, the consensus amongst liberal scholars say this is a fertility curse.
What is the moral difference between a fertility curse on a woman who is pregnant with someone she had an affair with and an abortion? You are literally
So
just
a fertility curse isn't pregnant. She's not pregnant.
It was in the chance that she was pregnant.
No, it isn't.
When there
Show
was
me,
no
show me,
knowledge
show
of
me in
that.
Numbers 5 where it says she's pregnant.
Show me where in Numbers 5 it says that the person did not know she was pregnant. All that was known was that she had a fear that she
Okay,
was
so
pregnant.
then here's my question for you.
With.
Here's my question for you. If it was a fertility curse, why was it that in Jewish law you weren't allowed to do the ceremony with a pregnant woman?
What does that even mean? Like, what does that have to do with the conversation we're having right now? The fact of the matter
if it was causing an abortion, if the commandment was to cause an abortion, why was it that in Jewish law they forbade doing this ceremony, the bitter water ceremony in Numbers 5, with pregnant women?
That literally is irrelevant to the point that I'm making.
How is that irrelevant?
Because the point that I'm making is that in the Bible, a procedure is prescribed in order to prevent or abort a feared pregnancy that a woman has.
Okay, so do you know who Jews are?
I know what a Jewish person is.
Right. Do you know that they followed Numbers 5?
You do not have a good rebuttal for this.
Do you know they followed Numbers 5? That was part of their law?
Seriously, do you not have a rebuttal for the fact that
I have a rebuttal. You're not listening.
The Bible prescribes an abortive procedure. A
It
fertility
doesn't.
curse is an abortive procedure.
So are you going to address what I'm saying at all?
It's
If not,
literally irrelevant.
how is it irrelevant? If Jewish people who followed Numbers 5, right, who followed the law of Moses, who paid attention to this, forbade giving it to a pregnant woman out of safety for the baby, how is it referring to an abortion?
Mic drop.
I genuinely don't understand what you're trying to say in the sense of like that being in any way related to what I'm saying.
Well, if you don't get it, then there's nothing we could talk about. God bless you. Have yourself a great day.
Oh my God.
So what do you guys think? Personally, I love the guy's channel. The guy, he knows how to debate. He does good under pressure, and he knows, he's very intelligent. So I'm gonna be probably doing a lot more reviews of his videos because I enjoy watching his videos. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. The big argument that most people have when it comes to abortion and things like that is, it's just a fetus. Well, what is a fetus? I just looked it up. I don't know why my computer's not letting me share this specific window, but it basically comes down, the word fetus comes from a Latin origin, and it basically means offspring, bringing forth hatching of the young, right? And there's another definition here that it basically says when it comes to human, the embryo is called a fetus after the major body part structures have been formed. So that alone tells me that if anything, being a fetus, it's an actual baby because you got the majority of the body parts already formed. But this is what they'll tell you because they want to find any type of excuse to be able to kill freely whenever they want. But that's a different topic for a different day. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you guys like these type of reactions from other creators. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.